is the turn off to Balule. Let's see if it's open. My word, it's open. These guys really are very efficient in closing off roads and opening them again. It's now just before 7, and obviously that was opened overnight. The road is dry. Spurfowl? Last night, the first night at Balule. Lovely camp. Particularly nice because there was myself and 2 other vehicles only. People were quiet. But it's Friday, so by this afternoon there will be many more, I suspect. But it's a small camp. That's one of the attractions of it. It's a small camp. I think there are only about 15 sites, and they're relatively well spread out. Generally what I try and do is, if available, take a corner site, which means at least on 2 sides you'll have some privacy. Got a corner site on the fence. Didn't see any animals at the fence last night, but my word, insects, flying things. Using a light was virtually impossible because flying things, hundreds of them, all committing suicide. So yeah, frying in the dark to a large extent, eating in the dark. I didn't want any extra protein that I didn't cook. Virtually no clouds in the sky today. Hot, hot, hot. 28.5 degrees at the moment, 28.5. Yesterday was up to 34. Today will probably be the same or probably higher because there are no clouds. So we will see what the day holds. Another 2 nights at Balule. As I say, lovely camp, but it's Friday. So it'll start getting full. Second night at Balule. It's 7 o'clock in the morning and I'm dripping with sweat from the exertion of making coffee. Temperature 27.5. So today is going to be a scorcher. Yesterday got up to 41. I suspect today is going to be a little warmer. But beautiful light for photography in the mornings and in the afternoon. A view of the campsite, which is particularly empty. Sunday morning. Started off unbearably humid and hot, but we've had a lovely shower of rain this morning. It's now just after 10 o'clock and the temperature has dropped from 34 degrees to 24 degrees in the period of 30 minutes. Much more pleasant. I'm at Shingwedzi. Lovely area, one of my favorite areas in the Kruger Park. And I'm now on the Kaniduat Dam Road, riverine forest for kilometers and kilometers. Had a lovely experience this morning. A woodland kingfisher. Always very difficult to photograph because they just don't hang around. The most beautiful bird, turquoise colors, red bill, big protruding black eyes. And I found one on this road a couple of hours ago, sitting right next to the road in a tree. Oh my word, bee eater. Let me see if he'll hang around. Oh, the light is awful. No, he's moved over there to the other side of the road. No. Both gone. A little bee eater. Also not... Oh, there's one. Also not easy to photograph, but there are quite a few of them here. Anyway, back to the woodland kingfisher. I stopped and he was a couple of meters from the road. He and his partner flew off. But he or she stayed, and I had a full 10 minutes with them. They normally don't hang around. So that and the rain made the morning very worthwhile. Well, in the last couple of minutes I've just seen a little bee eater, which is lovely to see, difficult to photograph. I didn't get a photograph of him. He moved on too fast. Can't identify what that is, but it's shaking. Its wings are trying to get dry. So the little bee eater, there they go again, and the European bee eater. Now there are a number of the European bee eaters around this area. About 10 kilometers that way, there are a number of carmine bee eaters. They seem to have spaces where they operate from. But if the rain stops entirely, they'll be out. But while it's raining, they return to their nests, which are normally in holes they make in the riverbank, and they bore in, scoop the sand out, and that's their nest. It's interesting to watch them start making their nests, because it's riverbank and there's not always a place for them to grip on. And they will sometimes fly at the bank with their beaks and break the soil, fly off and come back and break the soil until there's a foothold. They've got a foothold, and they will break in and then start climb into the hole, and then with their feet start getting the dirt out, and they will go in quite some distance and make the nest. Very few places that I've found, other than in the Caprivi, where you can get close and watch. There's one in Kruger Park that I'm aware of that you could actually access, and that's very close to, next to the Biamiti camp at the Biamiti Weir, no, not at the Weir, at the Biamiti Causeway. Quite heavy rain now. It seems to have closed in quite a lot. Heavy water falling. Well, Kruger's had a fair amount of rain in the last couple of weeks that I've been here, and no doubt there'll be a lot more. The downside, of course, is that all the gravel roads then from tomorrow will be closed. Tarred roads don't please me. But there's no alternative. The roads will be destroyed, churned up. Even with only a small amount of rain over about 30 minutes, the roads start to become rivers. Well, I spent last night in a chalet at Shingwedzi because the rain just got heavier and heavier. But it stopped overnight and the roads have dried out exceptionally well. The causeway over the Shingwedzi River is closed this morning, but the Kaniduat Dam Road is open, and that's the important one for me. It's the one I was on yesterday. It really is the road to be on around Shingwedzi. Anyway, a peaceful evening, a dry evening. Got clothes washed and dried overnight. Didn't have a braai last night. Braais can become a little bit tiresome when camping. Actually cooked on a stove. A steak and chips. And I've decided to stay in the chalet at Shingwedzi for the next 2 days. Primarily because this morning when I got up, I wasn't sure what the weather was going to do, but it appears to have cleared now. It's still overcast and grey, but who knows? Come nightfall, there may be rain again. Just out of camp this morning, a couple of kilometers back, 2 woodland kingfishers sitting together. One gave me that beautiful display they do with their wings open, which I've never yet been able to photograph. But the distance was a little too far for it to be a worthwhile photograph. It is a pity, though. We really should have educational classes for birds, that we explain to them exactly what it is that we as photographers need, because they don't seem to understand or seem unwilling to cooperate in that regard. But that is the challenge of bird photography, and that's what makes it so worthwhile. Trying to get that perfect shot. It's elusive, of course. But that's what makes it so interesting and challenging. What a magnificent evening in Shingwedzi. Still cloudy, but the sun has broken through. The camp is deathly quiet. It is so special. Well, a little piece of wors on the fire to go with some bacon and eggs and chips.